Hey folks, I'm back, and today I'm going to be putting together drill storage. I am putting this together with some leftover Baltic birch plywood I had laying around. Um, and right here I'm just ripping it down to 10 inches wide because that's about how wide I want it. And it's going to end up being about 12 inches tall. Pulling out the mobile miter station here and just measuring my cuts, and I'll be cutting these down to 10 inches, and these will serve as the shelves for the drill storage. I'm putting this together with just some scrap I had around. You can see at the bottom there, that's where my drill lived, and it just always got filled with sawdust. So I got tired of that. I wanted something a little bit organized. So I decided to throw this little project together and film a video for you guys. I am just mocking up, seeing what height the shelf would work for me. It's about 7 inches here. So if you guys are building something like this, just use what you have around and fit it to your needs. I propped these up in the right angle, clamps that I have, and I just drilled some screws in. I decided not to use glue on this because I do expect to expand this in the future. And if I could reuse any of the materials, that'd be great. And if I have them glued together, it's just gonna be much harder for me to reuse it. So that's why I decided not go with any glue here. Here, I'm checking for right angle here, making sure everything's square, using my combination square, keeping a clamp there to just kind of hold it in place so I can make sure I like the height and make sure it's all the measurements match, and then I will drive screws in. Here I'm attaching the bottom in the same fashion, driving 3 screws in on each side, using my bench to make sure it is flush. This is where I cut all of the mounts for my drills. I cut them all to the depth, which is 10 inches of these drill storage station. I double checked for measurements and I cut up 4 of these. Since I'm going to be storing 3 drills, so I need 1 for each side of those drills. It comes out to 4. And I'm going to attach these using pocket holes, and I spread them out about 2 inches and 3/4. That seems to work for me. And then I will also add the stops that are going to go on the bottom of these, which look like they're going to be on the top. That's going to hold them. Since this is 3/4 inch birch plywood, I'm using 1.25 inch screws. Plenty enough to hold these drills and hold all of this together. I'm not putting a ton of weight on this, so this is definitely enough. And again, not using any glue, just in case I want to salvage any of these pieces when I do decide to expand my drill storage. Always important to check for square, double check for square. The last thing you want is for you to be just slightly off square, and then along the length of what you're drilling in is that area is going to be compounded, and then your drill ends up not fitting, and it keeps slipping when you put your drill in its storage space because it's just a little bit too wide. So definitely always want to check square on anything you're working on. And these are the ledges that the drills are going to be hanging on. These are about 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches. And these just are going to be on the bottom ends of these dividers. And that's where my drills are going to be hanging. And it's pretty much complete. All that's left to do is hang it on the wall, and to hang it on the wall, I'm going to use a French cleat. I am salvaging the old French cleat from my old clamp rack. No longer using it since I built the new one, which you saw in my last video. And I'm just taking the French cleat, I'm going to throw it in here, and it's going to be, I'm attaching it inset, so it'll be flush, so the whole storage rack will be flush up on the wall. And there you see me in the back using the other part of the French cleat to hang up this rack, this drill storage. I find a stud, drive a nail in, a screw in, and we're ready to rock. And you can see here it sits flush on the wall, which I love how it looks. And there you go. The drill storage is complete. I pack up all my drill bits here and tuck them away on these shelves, which is just perfect for me. I like to keep all of my drill accessories together, so that's all my drill bits, my drivers. I have a couple of miscellaneous screws that I use only with my drill, like my pocket hole screws. I also have a tiny level and my stud finder, because the only time I'm going to be using those is when I'm looking for a stud, for instance, if I'm hanging a TV. So I like to keep my stud finder there along with that level. I have a couple levels and the right angle clamps. It's a great spot for it. So hope you liked the video. Hope you learned a little bit. Anybody could throw this together. It's just made from some scrap plywood I had laying around. Hope you guys liked it. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.